Hi everybody, it is Wednesday and this is Moonchild. I started this on Tuesday. I had a super busy day yesterday. I was working and taking care of my family, and then I made dinner for our family and two other families, and it's just been a busy week, and I've been taking care of my admin duties and responding to everyone. So it's taken me a while to sit down and make a video, and I apologize for that. Let's go ahead and read the title. Harry and Meghan are now viewed as damaged goods, and the royal family blame Meghan Markle for this. Full disclaimer can be found in the description box below. I'd like to thank everyone for watching and for commenting, and thank you to all the subscribers. Okay. Let's move up, and before I get started too, I would just like to show everyone this petition I put out on my social media pages. Stop UK funding and remove all titles, including HRH, from Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. And this was created by Yankee Wally, and you can go to it, change.org/ Yankee Wally Saves the Royals. And she's trying to get to 35,000 signatures. So if you haven't signed and you'd like to, please type that in your browser and you can go to it, or you can look back on this page and see where to find it. All right. The first story we have is from a Twitter page, Robert Johnson. Exclusive double date, Prince Harry, Meghan Markle. And I won't go on to this very long, but we know that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry were going out to dinner with Catherine McPhee and her husband, David Foster. It's recently been announced that Catherine McPhee is pregnant and expecting a child. And you can see where they were going out, and you've probably already seen stories on this. And to see the way Meghan is dressed and almost making it appear like she might be expecting to. Maybe that's her next rumor that in fake PR news she's going to put out. Meghan has long been friends with singer and actress Catherine McPhee, and both performed in musicals during their adolescence and middle school. The American Idol alum recently announced she was expecting her first child with Foster. Here's a picture of Meghan and Catherine when they were going to Catholic middle school together, or it may have been high school. But you can see they both look quite differently. It looks like they both had a little bit of plastic surgery, and we know that Meghan's had Botox fillers, and it looks like two nose jobs and, quite a bit done to herself. All right. The Express says Meghan and Harry fan attacks Obama for praising Williams' environment campaign. And there's a picture of them when they were on a visit. Barack Obama has been attacked by Meghan Markle and Prince Harry fans on social media after the former U.S. president praised Prince William's new environment campaign. This is by Rachel Russell. And the future king has launched a new £50 million Earthshot prize, which will award £1 million prize each year for the next 10 years. The aim is to help protect and restore nature for cleaner air, revive oceans, waste reduction, climate change. And they will be picked by a judging panel made up of an impressive lineup, including naturalist David Attenborough, Queen Rania of Jordan, Australian actor Kate Blanchett, Colombian singer Shakira, and former UN climate chief Cristina Figueres. The Express also has a story. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry brand under threat, zero interest without the royal links. This is by Alice Scagari. Meghan and Prince Harry could be paid several hundreds of thousands of pounds for a speaking engagement now that they are no longer tied to the royal family as full-time working members. But their stellar worth sits with their links to royalty. So it's been said, too, that Meghan wouldn't have gotten the deals that she had or the speaking engagements had it not been that she's married to Prince Harry. So it says, but their stellar worth sits with the links to royalty, according to brand and reputation management expert Eric Schiffler. He told the Express.co.uk If neither of them had royalty ties, there would be absolutely zero interest. And they get a premium because they have now created a tie with Hollywood. Well, I think that's going to be going down. The Express writes, as a couple, I think I see a low to medium level, six figures for speaking engagements. And we've seen those have gone down. However, the chairman of Reputation Management Consultants, added this eye-watering figure applies only to the Duke and Duchess as a couple. So if they were to divorce or lose their titles, I don't think that they're going to get any speaking engagements, to be honest with you. He continued, their value is collective, meaning they're both together. The power is in the couple and is not in the individuals. In either of the individuals as paid speakers, the value is decimated. Excuse me, I'll get something to drink. Meghan Markle heartbreak, Duchess not mentioned in UK plans. Will Meghan ever return? Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have settled in North America following their bid for independence, and the royal family, which may earn them a frosty reception on their return to the UK. When will Meghan and Harry return to the UK? This is by Liam Dole. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Oh, that's kind of a repeat. Let's see. The couple has since settled in California, where media companies have snapped them up for projects, television appearances. But their presence has caused a stir, and Prince Harry said that he is expecting a frosty reception on his return. This is when they did the podcast on mental health with these young high schoolers. And before I go into this, I would just like to say that I don't think either one of them are qualified to do this. And I think that Meghan Markle reaches out to a certain generation or age bracket trying to be able to control the narrative and get people to believe in her and buy into her word salads, and especially taking advantage of these young people and using their titles. And then, of course, instead of asking them how they're doing and a little bit about what it's like to be a teenager and going through lockdown and maybe not being able to attend school and having to do virtual school. She doesn't ask any of that, but she tends to go on, and we know they like to whine and complain, and she talks a little bit about her son, and she talks about being the most trolled woman in the U.S. So the Daily Mail says, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle offer another glimpse inside their $14 million Santa Barbara mansion, complete with faux fur throws, luxury stone fireplace, and palm trees in the garden, as they speak to U.S. teenagers for World Mental Health Day podcast. And I believe that she had contacted them and to reach out, and it seems as though that she looks for any kind of national day or world day that she would be able to reach out to them and get on different people's platforms. This was written by Raven Sant and James Robinson from Mail Online. Oh, here's a little picture that just cropped up in here. I showed you two of my three dogs. This is one of my, one daughter has a cat and the other daughter has a cat. And this is Pearl, and she is a rescue cat. She's beautiful gray and green eyes. Not the best picture of her, but she's sweet as she can be. And she's a very chatty, talkative cat. All right, I found this on Meghan Markle's Wedgie. Poll, 85% would vote for Trump, that's our President Trump, to keep Meghan and Harry out of the U.S. Wow, can you believe that, guys? I'm telling you, we don't want either one of them here. Neither one. This was found on Daily Empress, Tarot 8, and I thought this was cute. And we know that Omid Scobie is on the Air, H-E-I-R podcast, and someone did this cartoon of him. I'm assuming it's her. If not, I'm sorry if she doesn't, if she's not the one who actually created this. But it's called, instead of the Air Podcast, Hot Air Pod. So anyway, these are some of the things that they mentioned. The moment all went wrong for Meghan and Harry. Harry never met Meghan's family. Meghan doesn't invite her own family to the wedding. Some of the things that they want to call her out on. Sussex squad exposed as racist and haters. And boy, do we know that. Meghan signs bananas for the sex workers. Meghan's fake baby bump and fake pregnancy. Duchess difficult, high turnover of their staff. Meghan breaks royal protocols again and again. Meghan's friend claims in media again and again. And that means, she sends her little friends out to put things in the media. Or maybe it's Meghan with her Gmail account where she acts as her own publicist. Dog breaks 2 legs, but there's no further details or mention of that. She's suing the British media again. Meghan hires Marcus Anderson's ex-boyfriend, Omid Scobie, excuse me, as a royal mouthpiece, and claims to be biracial too, but we know he is not. He's part Iranian and something else. Thank you, Teresa, for sending me this. Iconic Sex Pistols singer Johnny Rotten. Of course, I'm voting for Trump, and this is about Meghan and Harry. The Daily Wire. Johnny Rotten famously sang God Save the Queen back in the heyday of punk in the late 1970s, but in 2020 he's singing God Save the President. And keeping with the crazy times of this year, even the singer of Pretty Vacant is weighing in on the presidential election. Rotten, whose name is John Lyndon, holds 3 citizenships, a U.S., a British, and an Irish, and he told the BBC he's definitely voting for President Trump in the November 3rd election. And I'm reading this because he goes into talking about Meghan and Harry, so if you'll bear with me just one more moment. Yes, of course, I'm voting for Trump. Lyndon said his interview, he's an individual thinker. I give him that for a start. He's not the most lovable fellow on God's earth, but I cannot see the opposition as offering me anything by way of solution. The singer, who later headed up Public Image Limited, added that Trump really is making the country a bit better. My feeling about the royal family is one of sorrow, he says. I've always felt that they're poor little birdies trapped in cages, gold cages, but they're still entombed. The interviewer went on to ask him about Markle. Johnny says she's a dreadful person, very bad actress, and she is in a master class now. Lyndon also said he doesn't think Markle has suffered any racism, and he wants her to stop being self-righteous and smug, and that's what she needs to do. She's hopping on calls. There are valid cases out there and genuine people who do need her help. So next story, Daily Mail. Gabby, thank you for sending this to me. Exclusive double date. Prince Harry and Meghan celebrate with David Foster and Catherine McPhee's pregnancy news with a 3-hour dinner at pricey steakhouse in Montecito. And this is by Ryan Parry West. Ryan Parry, West Coast editor for Daily Mail. And Cheyenne Roundtree for Daily Mail. So there's a picture of Catherine McPhee and David Foster on the left. David is 70. Catherine is a couple years younger than Meghan, so she's probably in her late 30s. And we know Meghan's 43, 44, because she lied on her about her age. Goes on to say that Meghan and Catherine attended the same school growing up, although they weren't close friends at the time. The couples met in London when Catherine was performing in West End musical Waitress. Then David Foster, the husband, helped set the royals up with their new Canadian getaway. Was a friend of his, and he found them that place in Vancouver to stay at. Earlier this month, it was reported that Harry and Meghan would be hosting a Christmas soiree in California and planned on inviting Foster and Catherine. So it was originally being said that Harry was looking forward to going home to visit his family at Christmas. And we know that Meghan has to be there 2 weeks prior to her trial, which I think is January the 11th of 2021. So she'll have to go at the end of December or, around New Year's Day. But it looks as though the royal family doesn't want them. So instead of you making it seem like they weren't invited to go, which I don't think they want to ruin their Christmas or want to have anything to do with them around the holidays. And I'm sure Harry's upset, but Harry, maybe you should behave better. So then they put out the article that they're having David and Catherine over to celebrate with them for Christmas. Oh, goodness. What is she saying? What's Meghan saying? Kim Kardashian. Meghan. I am the most trolled woman in the world. Oh, she gives us the finger. That's who she really is. Oh, what's she saying now? What's happening? She's a gold digger. There's Meghan holding up the bags of money. And there's Harry. Oh, just fluttering around. What do we have next? Oh, goodness, it's Meghan again. She's tossing out her money and she's saying that she's just pulled off the biggest bank robbery or royal heist with the British royal family with money that's missing. How she was able to pull out a little bit of money here and there and funnel it over to Mom Doria to set up the new foundation in California, and how there's the royal coffers money is missing. They can't figure out where it all went. And then we know right before she left, there was $1 million or pounds spent on her wardrobe. Then we know that, what was it, $250,000 spent on the South African trip, which she never wanted to go and she was forced to go. And she just wanted to go over and have all of those reporters around her, and probably to be able to announce the lawsuit where she was going to be suing the Mail on Sunday for publishing parts of a letter that she wrote to her father. Oh, the greedy little Meg. Who do we have here? It's Harry, the royal clown. Hi, Harry. Poor Harry, what he's turned into. Oh, here's Rachel Meghan Markle. Oh, she wished she were in Pulp Fiction, but she's not. She is a little gangster, though, wouldn't you say? Oh, goodness. What's she saying? I think I heard Meghan say, Harry, you're not leaving me. You're not going to see your family without me. I'll get out my knives, Harry. Harry, be careful of her, because we do think that she's close to a psychotic break, and you could be in danger. So, I was just, when I was looking on the petitions and seeing how Yankee Wally's petition was doing, I saw one that was by the Sugars, petition to Teresa May. And it says, make Harry's royal wedding a national holiday and let us get a day off work. Of course, there's not very many supporters, only 126. But there were several more on like that the Sussex squad has created to celebrate the loving wedding day of Meghan and Harry. Excuse me, don't make me gag. Guys, this is something I want you to see at Lampoon Royal, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. And this was the interview where Meghan was on talking to Malala and about the young girls and their education, and she was doing a Zoom call with them. And I don't know if you guys noticed it, but I did as well. Harriet sometimes was looking up at the ceiling, over to the side, looking down, just rolling his ring around and looking as though he was miserable. That hostage look again. You guys know the one I'm talking about. But before I play it, it says, hashtag, hey Harry, there is something really concerning about this video of you, and we owe it to your mother to ask, are you okay? Let me just go back 1 second, and then I'm going to turn the volume up, and you'll be able to, sorry, you'll have to listen to Meghan. Everyone, here's a video that I found on Twitter, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle at Lampoon Royal, and it's when they're on the Zoom call with Malala, the Pakistani young woman who had been educated at Oxford and shot in the face for where she lives and trying to get an education, and they're talking about women's education. But this is focused in on just Harry, and it's when Meghan is talking about Archie. I guess they ask, how he's doing, and look at the strange behavior of Harry.
In so many ways, we are fortunate to be able to have this time to watch him grow. And in the absence of COVID, we would be traveling and working more externally, and would miss a lot of those moments. So I think, it's been a lot of really good family time externally. It's just fantastic, because I think in so many ways we are fortunate to be able to have this time to watch him grow. And in the absence of COVID, we would be traveling and working more externally, and would miss a lot of those moments. So I think, it's been a lot of really good family time externally.
That's just unbelievable. And they write on here, hey Harry, There is something really concerning about this video of you. We owe it to your mother to ask, are you okay? Guys, what's wrong? I mean, he looks like he really is a hostage, and that he's going along with something that he knows. And I just truly believe even more and more now that there is no Archie, that maybe that was a friend's baby that they used, because Meghan's constantly just trying to put it out there that there is an Archie. And remember when they were in Vancouver and the Splash News came out and papped her on a walk with two security guards behind her. It just looked like she was carrying a doll. The baby was sitting sideways and just didn't look like a human being. It was like when they showed Archie to us after his birth for the first time, the baby didn't move. I don't know what kind of game that they're playing, or if Harry was trying to get back at his family. I can't believe that he would make up that there was no child, and maybe the surrogate, if she was in the UK, would have total rights to the baby. And I don't know who the baby was that she used for the video that she was in when she was reading the book Duck Rabbit to Archie. I just think this is all starting to unravel. I don't know what to think anymore, but I'm starting to think myself that maybe Archie doesn't exist, or if he does, he doesn't belong to Harry and Meghan. She's trying too hard to put it out there that he's in and out of Zoom calls, and remember when they were in Vancouver and they were coming back for their final engagements in March, that they didn't bring Archie with them. I don't know. Maybe they don't have a child. I'm starting to wonder. Exactly. I don't know what to think. What do you guys think? I've gone back and forth. But let's get back to the regular video. Thank you for watching this. I just wanted you to look at his body language and behavior during this. Guys, is that not so strange? If you have a child, especially still one that's just a toddler, you get so excited talking about him. And if Meghan is sharing all this about Archie and how he's running around taking his first steps and how they were lucky enough to be home with him, wouldn't Harry be excited and have a life in his eyes and maybe nod along with Meghan like, yeah, he's doing this, he's doing that, or even want to say something about his child on his own? He's not allowed to speak. This was also on Twitter under that post. And so if anybody wants to put something on the hashtag, many of us are very concerned about Prince Harry. We know he reads social media. If you have a message you would like for him to see, send him a hashtag, Hey Harry, in your message, so maybe that would get to him and he'd be able to read it. Oh, and here's hoping 2020 will be better for the two, or at least this is what Meghan thinks. She thought 2020 would be her best year ever, but you know what? It didn't turn out that way, did it? And I've got a feeling 2021 isn't going to be well either. Sorry, this was just from us having a fire tonight. Louise, thank you for sending this to me, dear. This was posted on Royal Instablog. And it's from the Express. Meghan Markle, backed by Democrat in U.S. politics, wrote after her call to remove her royal title. And this has to do with that letter that the House of Representatives gentleman sent over to the British ambassador and then wanted it forwarded on to the Queen. And, of course, the Democrats. No Democrats have been for her, wanted her to be a part of it. But now in the state of Missouri, this one lady wants to act like she wants to stand up to her and turn it into something else. You'll see in a moment. Meghan Markle has been defended by Democrat Congresswoman Hopeful. So she's not a Congresswoman yet. She's running for Congress. Kathy Ellis, after her Republican counterpart asked the Queen to strip the Duke and Duchess of Sussex from their title by Alice Garrari. And it goes on to say Kathy Ellis, who is running to represent Missouri's 8th congressional district in the House of Representatives, sided with Meghan after Republican Congressman Jason Smith accused her and Prince Harry of interfering in the U.S. election. Well, they did interfere. Miss Ellis wrote on Twitter, in the last hour, we've received many calls from people all across the country who are deeply concerned about at Jason Smith, MO's comments on Meghan Markle. That's such bullshit. They were all supporting him. And it says, and him singling her out specifically as a woman of color. Lies, lies, lies. The Democrats are all full of lies like Meghan. Let me say clearly his comments are totally unacceptable. As an American citizen, Markle certainly has the right to encourage people to vote and to reject hate and misinformation. This lady is so stupid. It goes to show she doesn't have a clue what Meghan's really doing. He thinks he was just calling her out because she encouraged people to vote. She doesn't know the backstory like we all do, and like that gentleman did when he wrote the letter. Clearly, he's aware that we know of her calling Trump a misogynist, divisive, all of these different things that she did out on interviews, and then saying that she wouldn't even come to America and live as long as he was in office. Well, she freaking lied about that too, didn't she? Because she's had her little fanny parked in California since March of this year. She's a liar. So anyway, this lady doesn't even know the backstory. She doesn't know how divisive Meghan's been and how she's tried to rile up people with Black Lives Matter and all this, and about misinformation. The misinformation Meghan Markle is speaking of is what people say about her in calling out her lies and her deceit. So it goes on to say that after providing a link to her campaign website, Miss Ellis added the hashtag Sussex Squad, widely used by fans of Meghan on Twitter. So here she is trying to get a group of majority people of color in the Sussex Squad to go and vote Democrat. So she's jumping on that bandwagon when she has no idea what's really been going on, and that the Black Lives Matter is Marxist, and that they're the ones who tried to cause the riots and burning down the cities. Anyway, I'll go on a little bit further and move on with this because this one really makes me hot. But she's pulling the race card. It says, Miss Ellis, who hopes to snatch Mr. Smith's seat on November 3rd, responded to a blistering letter the congressman sent overnight to the British ambassador in the UK, Dame Karen Pierce. Sharing it on Twitter, the congressman accused Harry and Meghan of using foreign titles to campaign against President Trump and to interfere with our election, and urged the British government to put a stop to it. Well, people, that's exactly what they did, because if you go back and you look up the laws, and she's got a title, she's either got to drop that title and stay an American citizen and then have the right to vote, or she don't get to vote. In the letter, Mr. Smith openly accused, this is such a lie, of Meghan and Prince Harry of breaching the royal family's policy of political neutrality. Listen, he did breach, they did breach that. They're supposed to be apolitical. The Queen told them in that agreement, don't you dare go over there and get involved in any kind of politics or anything that will embarrass us or hurt our government. And that's exactly what they did. Next, the Express says Meghan Markle and Prince Harry warned against throwing salt in the wound with William. Guys, watch this. And this is by Claire Anderson. It says Meghan Markle, I'm not even going to say your age, Meghan and Harry, I'll say, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex has since signed a Netflix deal. But royal commentator Dan Wooten has warned that the couple against any programs about Princess Diana because it would upset Prince William and strain the relationship even further. But this goes on. Speaking to True Royalty TV, Mr. Wooten said, we already hear that there is a consideration for a program on Princess Diana, that this will be very much upset to Prince William because remember when they did the landmark ITV and BBC series to mark the 20th anniversary of Princess Diana's death. Let me just do a quick point here. I just want to say, Louise, thank you for sending this to me. I think I forgot to write your name on this. But Louise, thank you so much. We talked just a few minutes ago, and I got it included at the end of the video. Goes on to say they were very clear that it was going to draw a line in it, that was it, and that there was no more. They felt they had said everything that they had to say about their mother and the death of their mother, and they planned to move on in terms of any television projects. So they're saying that, Harry and William had already decided they didn't want anything else done on the life of their mother. They felt everything had been done, everything had been said. So if part of their agreement with the Netflix is to give away royal family secrets, or if there's secret recordings, or if they're trying to give private information on Princess Diana that was never put in a documentary before, they're going to find themselves in a lot of hot water. Prince Harry in danger as the Duke considered damaged goods, and the royals, guess what? They blame Meghan. We all do too. Harry's just as guilty because you're guilt by association or guilty by going along with something. He's an adult, and he's went along with this. And for the life of me, I can't understand why. I hate to think that he's as greedy, self-entitled, self-absorbed, narcissistic as Meghan. I swear I almost believe that there is some kind of blackmail that she has on Harry or his family, or that the family has said, you've got to stay with her for 2 years to stick it out at least that long. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But going back to that story I read from Dan Wooten, and it says that, let's see if there was something. Harry and Meghan signed that deal with Netflix worth an estimated $250 million or 190 million pounds. But royal commentators have warned the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are now owned by Netflix. Dan Wooten has also claimed the royal family blamed Meghan for damaging the royal brand.
Farm. People think of the Queen in great big palaces with lots of staff. Wood Farm it's really a little farmhouse.
When you sign up to a £100 million plus deal with Netflix, they own you.
What they're actually buying is the British royal brand. There's a danger that he is damaged goods now.
I know that people in the royal family very much blame Meghan for this. Harry's his own man. I think he has put duty to one side in exchange for cash. We already hear that there's a consideration for a programme on Princess Diana. That will very, very much upset Prince William.
So the royal brand can be soiled. We've seen that with Prince Andrew, and he's out.
Well, there you have it, and I'd like to know what you all think. And guys, tell me, because I swear I went around so much with this. Is there an Archie? Is Archie a doll? Is he a borrowed baby? I just don't even know if they have a child, because I can't believe they wouldn't show that child more. And when Meghan talks about it, it's as if there's no maternal bond between her, and for Harry to look away, maybe he's like, I just can't go on with this lie anymore, because she's lying and we're trying to fool everybody, and I just can't wait till January. I just hope I can make it through this and watch her lose that court case. And then I really feel like that there's going to be more secrets that are going to come out by the British press and by tabloids that they've been holding back out of respect for the royal family. And I hope every bit of it comes tumbling out. And I just wonder what you all think. But again, I want to thank you all for watching. Happy fall. I hope everybody's enjoying some beautiful weather like we are. And we're kind of having an Indian summer now. The temperatures have been back up in the 70s and even 80s this past weekend. But I love you all. See you soon. Share your comments and interact with one another. Don't forget there's a slight delay when the comments get posted, but they will be posted. You'll be able to go back and see them. And I hope everyone has a good week. And I'll try to be back with you all in the next day or so. So, love. Bye.